Hello, YouTube family. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. My little nickname is Ginger. Come on, let's get our hug on. It's not cute not knowing we need that hug because we really are all in this together as we go through this pandemic. There's a petition that's going around. You know, the Small Business Association, those loans, are giving out those loans. Ruth Chris, they got like $20 million. There's a petition. So many organizations got money, and they should not have, because there are businesses, local businesses, small businesses that really need that help. Why does a Ruth Chris get $20 million? There's a petition for them to return that money. There's also a petition for Netflix to stop charging for the streaming during the pandemic because people need a service like Netflix to get through it. I thought it was funny because that's something that's not going to happen. I made my first ever video here in Philadelphia. There are some amazing women in local media on TV, on radio, and I had a chance to do, it's the Don't Rush Challenge. My niece did it all because I'm just not techie like that. But you're shown in kind of like your normal habitat. Mine is at home in the kitchen, kids, and then just shows you like kind of like all dialed up. My Instagram is WDAS Patty, Patty with a Y. WDAS Patty. Go to the Instagram and check it out. We got some stories here. First off, prayers for little Richard. What song did he sing? I want to say Good Golly, Miss Molly. Watch, it's not that. Oh, Rudy, oh, Rudy. Something like Long Tall Sally. I should know these things. Little Richard is 90. Give him prayers. He's been through it all. Heart attack, stroke, hip replacement. He needs our prayers. Jason Mitchell, this story breaks my heart. He was in The Chi. He was in Mudbound with Mary J. Blige. What other show? He was Eazy-E and Straight Outta Compton. This is where I first met him. I bonded with him. He made me feel like he really was Eazy-E in Straight Outta Compton. The 33-year-old actor was let go from The Chi because of sexual harassment. He really just, his career is done. He just got out of jail. He was arrested in Mississippi on a gun and drug possession charge. He had weed, he had ecstasy with intent to sell, and a Glock 19. I think in one of the reports I called it the G-Lock. You could tell on the nothing about no guns. A Glock 19. He is out on bond. He's 33 years old. He had a promising career. He was set to star in this series on Netflix, Desperado. An incredible actor. I bonded with him. I just thought he was just so amazing when I had a chance to meet him, but his career just continues to go downhill. Another person, I don't know if there's going to be any redemption for Jussie Smollett. His lawsuit against the city of Chicago, it was thrown out. First of all, they want their money. Jussie said he was the victim of a hate crime. We don't know who's telling the truth, but that lawsuit has been thrown out. The city of Chicago wants their money. What does Jay-Z, Meek Mill, and Madonna have in common? They are joining forces to give 100,000 masks to prisons. The prison system has been hit hard by this pandemic, and even though across the country they've let criminals with lesser violence out to kind of like ease any overcrowding, there's still many in there. They are affected by this COVID, so they are supplying them with masks because they didn't have it. Andre Leon Talley from Vogue magazine. You talking about the head of those the fashion icons? It was him. I had a chance to interview him a couple of times. Really, really nice man. You thought Vogue, you thought of him. You also thought of Anna Wintour, the editor of Vogue. And Andre Leon Talley and Anna Wintour were like this. They were close for decades. but now they are no longer friends. And Andre, being the true diva that he is, he's talking about it in a new book called The Siobhan Trenches. Andre Leon Talley is 70 years old. Like I said, he's been friends with this woman for decades, not years, for decades they were friends. So Andre, what happened? Andre says he was cast aside, pushed over here like I'm pushing this lock, pushed aside. He said he was too old, he was too fat, and he was uncool. He said Anna Wintour is not capable of simple human kindness. She only wants to be friends with those who can benefit Vogue magazine. She only wants to be with the cool kids, the biggest stars, the hottest stars, the latest stars. It's really a shame because there's nothing like being friends with someone and then it ends and it's like, well, what the heck then happened? But Andre Leon Talley, this book is coming out in September, everybody, and he is telling all. Eddie Murphy, he said he was going to be back to doing stand-up comedy, and he is. Feeding America, a comedy live stream to help feed those who need help. Eddie Murphy joins a long list of comedians, including Marlon Wayans, Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, Tiffany Haddish, just to name a few. They're all coming together. It's a benefit. I'm going to let you know how you can see it. But Eddie Murphy said, he said, I'm coming back to do stand-up Saturday, May 9th. It's the day before Mother's Day, and as we lead up to it, we're going to let you know everything where you can find it and see it. He proved he's still funny because he was funny as heck when he hosted Saturday Night Live. So we cannot wait for that. I think we all know someone who is affected, infected. Practice kindness. Kindness goes a long way because you don't know what somebody is going through. They could have trouble feeding their family, paying their bills, lost their job, working on the front lines, and they gotta work. They don't have the luxury of working from home. They got to get out here and they got to work. In dealing with people, practice kindness. If you're going in stores and places like that, put your mask on and be kind. Be kind to those workers, those who are in the medical field, and they vary. You know, it goes beyond the doctors and nurses, everybody that works in the hospital, even the cleaning crews, just people that are in there and having to deal with this and help the workers. When you practice a little bit of kindness, it goes a long way because, as I say, you don't know what someone is going through. Thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. You may or may not see the weekend edition up a little early. I'm still learning fancy things in my phone, but don't be surprised and say, well, it's not the weekend yet. My video guys, they've got to do some other things, so the video will probably go up early, so just look out for it. It's not cute not knowing my video is on my Instagram page. It's WDAS Patty. Auntie kind of like doing her thing. Now you kind of like see why my little nickname is Ginger, because I was like, with some fabulous media women in Philadelphia. Subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend. If I heart you, that means I saw it, so leave a comment so we can go, and talk. And it's okay to agree to disagree. That's my other favorite saying. But thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great afternoon.